What I'm going to do today is work on the installation of the Qualitex jump seat in my van. Sorry about that, climbing up a hill. So I've had so many questions about this jump seat, and I've done a couple videos where I've assembled it in my garage, but now for the first time I'm actually going to try to install it in my van. It's funny, I've had some comments on my videos saying that the installation is difficult. I don't see that in the instructions, so I'm not sure what people are referencing. It looks pretty straightforward to me. Well, these two came out without incident. Oh man, that one is tight. Oh, it's not moving at all. Dang it. Hello again. Son-in-law did come and take out all the bolts with his impact wrench. Both of these seats are just sitting here loosely, and both of these boxes now have been detached, so we're ready to put this in the van, and it seems like it should be a pretty simple, straightforward thing. Let's take a try and see if we can get this base in. If we get that in, it'll be pretty much done. The seat just clamps into it, so that should be it. Let's just start with a high-level look of the steps needed to complete the install. First, disconnect the main power. That's down by the brake pedal in your van. To unhook the main power, it's this connection right here, and you just press it down and pull it off. There, and that's what it looks like when it's off. The reason we do that is so we don't have any issues when we unplug the airbag control under the driver's side seat. Next, remove the seats. Third, remove the flooring. Fourth, disconnect the handbrake. Fifth, remove the seat platforms. Number 6, cleaning is optional, but when you pull up your flooring and the seats, it might be pretty dirty and you're not going to do that very often. I recommend cleaning. This is the inside of my driver's seat. It's such a mess. Number 7, install the jump seat base and its associated shims. Number 8, assemble the jump seat. And number 9, clamp it to the base. First step, we got to take the seats out of the van again. I bought this Bosch bit set. It's really nice, and it has some of the bits that I didn't have in some of my Milwaukee equipment. I'm sure Milwaukee sells them too. But anyway, what you need to get these out is a T25 bit. It's a star bit. Here's what it looks like without the cover on. I have to take off these 2 bolts, which will let me remove that. And then this we have to disconnect, which I just did. This is the base. And these go under the front, and this is the rear. So you can see this cutout space is for the brake. All right, seats are out. The next thing that I'm going to do, just out of curiosity, is I want to measure from, let me get in here, from this bolt hole to this bolt hole, and just make sure that it matches the base that I got from that bolt hole to that bolt hole. This seems really big to me, and I maybe should have done that before we took everything out, but I think there's only one model of this seat that I've seen for sale, and it's supposed to fit my vehicle year, so that's what I'm wondering. But it actually goes this way. It goes that way. This is where the brake cutout is, and these corners snug up into those. So I'm going to take the measurement of that, and I'm going to measure that just for my sanity check. That'll make me feel better. And then we'll try to lift up these 2 seats and see if we can slide it underneath there and put the bolts back in. One of the things, since this is kind of a review video, one of the things that I feel like I'm going to be disappointed about is I access this a lot. Like, I've got cables running through here, they go up here, and they go under there to the battery compartment. And one of the things that I don't like now is this is going to be covering up that easy access. So that's a con for this seat. If you're thinking about buying it, you want to know that's going to be covered up. This is another complicating tidbit. This is my Espar heater, which I put in, and there is a bolt down there that we now cannot access. So the directions say you're supposed to take this out, this whole base out. We got 3 screws out, 1, 2, 3. So I can lift it up a little. This one we took out all the way, thinking that since we can't lift up this one, we'll at least have one that we can lift up. But I don't know, I could try to get a wrench in there. I haven't tried that yet, but I also thought about cutting a hole in here. I really don't want to take this out because I had such a heck of a time installing it. So it looks like I can get that underneath there, and I'm going to wedge it up enough that my wrench is in there to hold that up. So that is up now. I did try to get a wrench down in here, you know, and I can get it in, but that thing is so hard I can't turn it. So that is out. We're going to try to work like this and see how we do. Okay, I'm fully expecting this to be an awkward struggle, but let's see if I can get this underneath here now. Let's get as many things. I've vacuumed everything out, and like I said, this one is out, so I wonder if I should just, it'd be nice now if I had a second person, but let's see what we can do. Passenger side has to come out because you got all these wires in here and you can't really lift the seat up. Okie doke. So, how far can we lift it up without detrimentally affecting anything? Not far enough. Let's see. Yep, that's got to come out. Doggone. Yep, that was a great idea, but I don't think, maybe I could unplug these things. Seems pretty high risk. It's a lot of stuff that I don't know what it is. The power is off. Maybe I'd only have to unplug 2 of them. No. Dang it. I really do not want to take that heater out. I really don't. It was so difficult to put in. Thinking, processing. How much has to come out? If you're curious, these screws right here are T20 bit. Okay, those are free now. I should be able to lift that seat up a little higher. Let's see if that makes any difference. Wow, we did it. Don't have everything screwed back in, but all the holes line up. I'm going to start by putting these electrical bars back where they were. Yeah, that gave us just enough extra leeway to lift that a little bit higher. So that was great. So you need to take out both mats. I should have done that right at the onset, but I didn't. So I'm going to pull this one out and I'll show you why in 2 seconds. And this is a T25 bit that takes these off. Just try to set that aside. And then once that's off, pull your mat out. Okay, so there are these shims that come with the kit. And because we've put the base in the middle with, let me see if I can do this. We have 2 seats and we put the base right in the middle. And what that's done is that's lifted up the inside of the seats. So now we need to put shims on the outside of each white base to even them up again. I don't know what I'm going to do on that one because that bolt is stuck. I actually might put the shim on top. I don't know, we'll see. I got to get to that. But on this side, we have these 2 shims. This is front, this is rear. Okay, so this shim goes in like this. You can see this curved corner here, which I need to clean this out again. I'm just going to set it in there so you can see. But it goes in there like that. And then it raises that up just enough so that, you know, it's the equal height of that additional base that just got put in on the other side. This rear shim goes like this underneath here. And I think I'm going to run my vacuum one more time maybe. I don't know, it looks okay. But if you can see that, it goes right like that. And then that raises that up. So those are all aligned and shimmed and ready for the screws to be put back in. Alright, let's get some of these bolts back in here. Okay, next step, brake goes back on. So there's a couple wires on here you have to reattach. That is done. Now cover, where's the cover? Oh, I think I read that you have to trim this. Yep, right here. Trim the lower section of the e-brake cover. Trim the lower section of the e-brake cover. So I'm going to do that now, and then this should fit right back on there. So not only did I cut the bottom, but I angled this because it's hitting right here. So let's put that in there again. Alright, I think the next thing we'll do is put the carpets back in, because I think we're going to obviously have to trim out around this. And then the last thing we'll do is test the seat. Put the seats back in and then test the actual seat. Okay, carpets are back in. Seats are next. Seats are back in the van. That's what it looks like without the seat installed. This is what it looks like when the base is in. Here's the release handle. That lifts that out. To pull it off the base, there's a handle here, and you just put it out, and then it lifts off. So you would lift the whole seat out in theory. There's hooks on these that hook into bars on there, and then it just clamps right back in. Somebody asked about swivel. There's the control for my Scopema swivel seat, which I only have on the passenger side, so that looks like it's still accessible. Obviously we'll get the seat installed now, but I wanted to make sure I knew which way, where the rear of this was versus the front. So this is, handle goes in the back. So there's 4 bolts that come with the seat. I'm going to take those out right now. And it's, what's interesting is, looks like there's 2 sets of holes on the base, so I don't know where you put them. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see how this goes in here. I know those front ones hook. They're hooked in. Oh, there. Wow, that's far back. Okay. Well, let's take a look. So I mounted it in the rear set of the holes, and I might move it up. I don't know. I'll have to see with the kids in it. But that's it. So there's room to reach the brake. Obviously, you can't swivel with this on here. I'm going to go sit in it. See how it feels. I'm a total hot mess, but I'm in it. Yeah, the back is kind of reclined. I think I'm going to end up moving it up. But it's in, and now you know how to do it. Now all I have to do is edit the video so you can watch it and figure out if you want to buy the product.